Coordinates review. We're going to review how to get the points inside of the graph for each point. We want to write down the coordinates, and you're going to type them in right here, but I wanted to be able to zoom in a little more, so I'm just going to write them next to each dot. We're going to start with A. You always start at the origin when you're counting. This is the origin right here in the middle. You start at the origin and you go left or right first, because you have to run before you can jump. When you want to get high to jump, right? You want to jump high, you want to run real fast and then jump. So we're going to go left. And if we pay attention, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So the first value of the coordinates of A, the x value, is -5. And then you go up 1, so that is +1. That's -5, 1 for letter A. Letter B, you're going to start at the origin. You have to go right once and then up 1, 2, 3. So that is at 1, 3. C, we go right 1 and then we don't go up or down. So that's at 1, 0. That means we're on the x-axis. Remember that this horizontal axis is x and the vertical axis is y. Just a quick reminder. So we've done A, B, and C. Now we can look at D. D is at -2, and then you have to go down 3, so that's -3. So -2, -3 is D. E, you're not going to go left or right, you just go straight down. So you're at 0 because you didn't go left or right, and then -7. That's 0, -7. F, we're going to go from the origin right 4, that's a +4, and then down 1, 2, 3, so that's -3. And G, we go right 8 and up 1, so that's 8, 1. H, we have to go left 7, so that's -7, and then down 6, so that's -6. And the last point is I. And I is still left 7, so that's -7, but then you're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's a +4. Okay, so then we're going to go to the next page. Translations. A translation is a slide, and if you notice, there's a red circle around the S and the L. That's to help you remember SL is slide. A translation is a slide. A translation moves every point of a figure the same distance in the same direction. A translation can be described by the algebraic expression xy transforms to x plus a or y plus b. In other words, if you're shifting horizontally, that's a, and if you're shifting vertically, that's going to be your b. So you can break down any translation by a horizontal and a vertical. Okay, now we're going to go to the next page, and it says translate the right triangle 2 to the right and 3 up in orange. The way that you translate a shape is you literally just slide each point by whatever they're telling you. And they're telling you to slide the right triangle 2 to the right and 3 up. So here's the right triangle. We're going to go 2 to the right and then 3 up. 1, 2, 3. So I just relocated A, or slid point A. That's going to be A prime. And then I'm going to grab B and go 2 to the right and 3 up. 1, 2, 3. And that becomes B prime, because that is the new B after you translated it. And then we're going to grab C and we're going to go 2 to the right and 3 up. 1, 2, 3. And that's C prime. We can connect our dots to draw our right triangle again, and your triangle should be congruent. You have not changed the size or the shape of your triangle. It is congruent to the original triangle. Okay, so and the next thing it's asking is for the points of A where it was, and then A where we moved it to. So the original A, we started the origin, we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's -4, and then 1, 2, 3. So it's -4, -3. Then we have to look at A prime, and we have to go left 2, and then we don't go up or down. So it's -2, comma 0. To say this algebraically, what we did, when we go 2 to the right, we are moving positive. We are adding to x. So whatever we move, so we went 2 to the right, that we add that number to x. So we're going to type that in right here. Algebraically, the right triangle was moved x plus 2 because it was moved to the right. Then we have to consider the vertical move. Remember, it's 2 different moves. It's the horizontal and the vertical. The vertical move was up 3. And because that's moving in a positive direction, that's going to be +3, just like the x was +2. So we're going to type in the text box x plus 2 and then y plus 3. And you're going to have to resize the box a tiny bit. There you go. So it's x plus 2, comma, y plus 3. I'm going to move to the next one. It says translate the isosceles triangle 3 to the left and 1 down in blue. We're going to do it by points. We have to go 3 left and 1 down. So R, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 left and 1 down. That would be R prime. We're going to do the same thing with S, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and 1 down. That's S prime, and T is 1, 2, 3, and 1 down, and T prime. So my new triangle, I'm going to connect the dots. Again, it should always be congruent. We moved it 3, or we gotta look at our coordinates because we moved it 3 to the left and 1 down. The original R was at 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, comma 5. And when we moved it, R moved to -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and +4. So -1, comma 4. So we need to explain our move, what happened in our rule. So we said we went 3 to the left. And because we went 3 to the left, that's negative in the x, right? We're moving negative, we're subtracting, we're making our values smaller when we move to the left. So we're going to say x minus 3. And because we went down 1, again, that's making the y smaller when you go in the downward direction. So that's y minus 1. So in the box down here, we're going to type x minus 3, comma, y minus 1. Okay, the last one says translate the trapezoid 1 left and 3 down in red. So I'm going to switch to red. And we need to move each point 1 to the left and 3 down. If you notice, E is directly between these two lines. So when we move it one to the left, we got to go again directly between the two lines. So it's not a full number, it is a decimal. So we move back one spot, then we have to go 3 down. 1, 2, 3. This is E prime. We do the same thing with F. And then we can draw our line between E and F. For H, again, we're going to go 1 left and 3 down. And then we can draw our line. And for H, 1 left and 3 down. And that's H prime. And we can draw our line. Sorry, that's G prime, that one right there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need to look, and it's asking us for original G and G prime. So we're going to look at G, and G is at 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. And it moves to G prime, which is at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So +3, -5. Now we need to describe how our points changed. Because we went 1 left, left is in the direction where you would get smaller. Left 1 would be -1, so that's x minus 1, and then down 3 would be y minus 3. So when we type that in our text box, we type it as x minus 1, comma, y minus 3. Page 4, this is a graphic to help you keep it straight in your mind, which direction is which. So when you're looking at x plus a, you're going to pay attention to the direction. And if the shape is moving to the right, you are going to add because the number is getting bigger. And if the shape moves to the left, you are going to subtract or minus because the number gets smaller as you move to the left. On the y-axis, you're either going up or down. And so you're going to pay attention to the direction moving upward, you would add, and moving downward, you would subtract. Okay, we're going to go on to the next question. It says number 2, what algebraic representation explains the effect of the transformation from ABC to triangle ABC prime? So we're going to look at our old and our new. The original, we're going to look at A. The original A is here, and the new A is here. So we need to analyze our movement. We're going to start with the horizontal because that is your x-axis. And we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So when you're moving to the right, you're adding. So that would be x plus 4. The next one is to check the vertical. And that one is moving up 2. And since you're getting bigger on the y, that would be y plus 2. So the answer choice that matches is D. XY transforms to x plus 4, y plus 2. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is switch to page 5. And page 5 has this little shape, and it says graph quadrilateral ABCD with vertices A, -1, 2. And you'll notice their points are here, but they're not labeled. There's a text box for us to label them. And -1, 2 is here, so I'm going to label that A. B is at -1, 5. -1, 5 is there. C is at 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is here, so that's C. And D is at 4, 2, which is this last point. It says, and then translate 3 units to the right and 5 units down and write the algebraic representation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape, and I'm going to insert a circle, and I'm going to make it about the same size as what's currently the point A. And it says to move it 3 to the right. So I'm going to take this and I'm literally going to hop it. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, because it was A that I moved from the original, I took one of these text boxes and I labeled it A prime because that is my new A. Okay, I'm going to do the same for each. So I'm actually just going to copy this point and start at B, and I'm going to perform the same translation for each one. So it's going to go 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to grab one of those new text boxes down towards the bottom. I'm going to type B prime, and I'm going to put it next to that new point we just placed. Okay, I'm going to copy another circle and paste it. I'm going to start at C. I'm going to follow the same translation, so I'm going to go 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 down. Oop, that did not move it. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that point is C prime because C is the point we moved. So we're going to do C prime. I'm going to put it right there next to the new point. Okay, and then the last point is D. And I'm going to start there and go 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then label that point as D prime. And we can take that quadrilateral, that trapezoid, and we can, there's a blue one on top of the red one. You can move it down so that it is over where it should be. We've translated it, and the points land in the correct spot. So we have translated the entire trapezoid 3 to the right and 5 down. We need to write the algebraic representation. So we need to figure out the rule. We need to figure out what's going on with the change. Of course, it always starts with x, y. We need to look at the change. So we're going to look at A. On A, we're going to start with the horizontal. To get to A, we had to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that would be x plus 3. And then for y, we had to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be y minus 5. So here we would put x plus 3, and here would be y minus 5. And that is the end of translations notes.